a very good morning to you and welcome to the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. We're back again to look at issues as they affect us as Nigerians and as Abians. Thank you so much for joining me on the program this morning. My name is Ginika Oluoha. Now, the act of governance hinges on the ability of the chief executive to assemble men and women of impeccable character to drive the policies and programs of government. It is on this basis that the assemblage of some Abians have become imperative, especially now that the state government said it is striving so hard to change the narrative where things should be done differently to the benefit of Abians. The much anticipated commissioners list has been sent to the Abia State House of Assembly for screening by the governor. Who are these individuals who made the list actually, and what do they stand for? What are they bringing on to the table to drive the needed change being championed by Governor Alex Otti's administration? Well, that will be the focus of this discussion this morning on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. That should be on the first half of this program. Now, on the second half on the platform, we'll be discussing the $115 million loan approval by the African Development Bank, AFDB, for infrastructural development given to Abia State. How can such facility be utilized, and what will be the plan to repay this loan? Well, my guests are on the studio. Yes, you'll meet them shortly when we come back from this short break. Let's bring you the political update. Don't forget, it's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. Welcome. All right, thank you so much, Wisdom, for that update. Welcome back to the program. It's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. My name is Ginika Oluoha. Like I told you before we went on that break, it's going to be a very serious discussion we're having today. First will be on the issue of the list, the commissioners list. It's already before the lawmakers here in the state. I think any moment from now, the commissioner nominees would have been, going to the State House of Assembly for the screening exercise. I suppose to commence this morning at, 11 o'clock. Okay, and we will look at that particular. Maybe I need to just give you a rundown of those that made the list. Talking about Professor Monica Ironkwe, Mr. Kingsley Anosibe, Professor Eme Uche Eme, Mr. Philemon Asonye Ubonda, Mr. Mike Apara, Dr. Ngozi Okoronkwo, Mr. Oke Kanu, Mr. Ikechukwu Wana, Mr. Chaka Chukwumerije, Mr. Uzowachukwu, Professor Joel Friday Obonna, Mr. Chima Emmanuel Uriako, Mr. Wobilonwa Demma Ananaba, Dr. Chimeze Isaac Kebu, Ngozi Blessing Felix, Engineer Don Otumchere Oti, Comrade Sonny Okebugu Onwuma, Engineer Ikechukwu Mande, and Mr. Matthew Chikodi Ekuribe. Those are the names that you will find on that commissioner nominee list. Well, I have here in the studio my good friend who is making a return after a very long time, talking about a comrade of some sort, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, a public affairs analyst, Honorable Maduka Okoro. Good morning, Honorable. Welcome to the program. Man gonna do what man gonna do.
Thank you very much, Ginika Oluoha. Good morning, the good people of Abia State. Ndeni, Mama.
It's nice to see you again.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure that our listeners will be so delighted to hear your voice.
No, I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back here rolling like never done before.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm sure you heard when I rolled out the names of those people that will be screened by the State Assembly this morning as commissioner nominees sent by Governor Alex Otti. Looking at, there are 19 persons actually made the commissioner nominee list. What do you make of such move by the governors against over 30 persons who were commissioners in the last administration of Governor Kezi Pazo?
Well, I think it's a good thing in the offing. I've always expected Governor Alex Otti to come slugging very hard. You know, what we have heard for many years, apart from Senator Ojizo Carlos' administration when he was governor of Abia State, we have heard what the local balance, round pegs in a square hole, that's all we've been having. But this time around, I've always said that the problem with Abia State is when you have commissioners and you have a medical doctor running Ministry of Agriculture, and then you have an architect running Ministry of Education, then it's a misdirection of labor. Today, we are watching Governor Alex Oti. I know he's a very cerebral person. I've never met him. I mean, I never had interaction with him. But I know there is a no-nonsense dude that has come out to let Abians know it's not going to be business as usual. We're watching the commissioners. I want to see a medical doctor running Ministry of Health. I want to see a scientist in agriculture, either an agronomist or soil scientist running Ministry of Agriculture. I want to see public utilities. I think we should have somebody who has understanding when you talk about architecture, or you have civil engineering, or you have metallurgical engineering, whatever. We want to see people that went to school, studied particular discipline, and then being enthroned on particular responsibilities. We're tired of having somebody, you know, the balance always here is that you have what they call a PAMSEC is there, you're going to guide the person to do the job. No. If you have a PhD in education, master's in education, or bachelor's in education, you are going to run Minister of Education because you know what it is all about. Now, if you talk about what do you call it, our roads works, you have to be an engineer. Monyo babu engineer, won't any business being a Minister of Works. Nothing. We're tired of this. What we are saying, by 11 o'clock, we want to see the new nominees. We want to see a vibrant House of Assembly that's going to welcome them. There's nothing like take a bow.
Exactly. We are going to come to that, Honorable. But let us look at the nominees.
Yes.
Those are new names. They are new
of
faces
course,
in government.
That's what we need. That's what we need.
Are you not bothered about lack of experience of these people in government?
No, but after all, most of them that were there before never had experience. When Nkiru Konyejo, George Okala appointed Nkiru Konyejo to be commissioner in Abia State, she didn't have any experience. When Eze Chikam Nayo was appointed by George Okala as commissioner for finance, he never had experience. What we are talking about, you build experience right there. Now again, whoever is going to be commissioner for information must be approved by NUJ. About journalism or mass communication, any business being in that area. Those are the things we are talking about. So we're not talking about it. So you can build experience by people working for the people. If I have a degree in gari, I will build experience by going to market and then eating and shopping gari. That's what we are talking about. I think that Alex Oti must be given the opportunity to do well, and I know that he's going to, because looking at that list, and any commissioner, I want to tell the governor, each of these commissioners to be that you are appointed, what they need to be done, every 4 months, they have to give you what they have done and what they intend to do in the next 1 year or so. They need to come with proposal. You have to let Abia State, because you are the ears and eyes of the commissioner. Anybody that's going to come into this administration, the door should be given out to that person, because Psycho Fancy is dead. We have buried Psycho Fancy. We went to his burial 1 month ago. Don't ever, commissioner, don't go say, my governor, my amiable governor, my indefatigable governor. That's nonsense. Don't even talk about governor. Say, our administration. This is the view of this administration. Don't go praising governor. We are tired of this. My governor, he's education friendly. Who is not education friendly? My governor, sports friendly. Who is not sports friendly? Governor on LMIU, or VTV on LMIU, Bole, or Manchester. So what we are saying, that when you come to work, you are working for Ndabia. When you see governor not doing anything well, advise the governor. Don't come and say that following the directive of the government. Which directive? You are given the opportunity to represent the people. That's why you are appointed. Give us the best that will come from you, and nothing less we're expecting from Governor Alex Oti, because he's a no-nonsense man, and we want to see that nonsensicality in him. And that's the only way Abians will listen. That's the only way Nigerians listen. Nigerians, they don't like soft spots. They love you to hit them very hard. I know him. And I think that this time around, we're expecting commissioners that will come on board and they know the onions. If you don't know, listen, the Tigla minister, get out of the kitchen. Somebody else got to take over so that Abians can make one enjoy. Can you no enjoyment to say commissioner on my humor about commissioner Obia or Papa Lupale or here governor your excellency a fee doctor. Chai, I love this call, I love this shoe. About tell us the truth. When the governor is not doing well, let the governor know that he's not doing well. After all, the governor is a servant. He's not nobody. We elected him. Abians elected Governor Alex Otti to be there. We will tell him what to do. It's just like I tell people, there should no longer be anything called government house. It's the people's house. And every individual has the opportunity and has the right to speak to your governor, to talk to your governor, or talk to your advisors and commissioners. So we welcome the latest development we are watching. Governor Alex Otti o mejo kwa haya kpa elo mejola obo nke mbo a ndị mmadụ bịara de me popo ya wa bịa vuru ya ma ndị vuru okpola. It's not going to happen again. Abians have wisened up.
Okay, 19
is good.
Against 30 something in the last administration. Yes. It appears that the governor is trying to reduce cost of governance, because by the time you look at it, if you have like 30 people or 30 commissioners, and the wastages that will go with it, I think the governor is trying to reduce cost. He said it earlier, as regards to reducing cost of governance. But Honorable, let's look at that list again. You have like 3 professors and some doctors, engineers. It appears that basically they are technocrats. We are not seeing much politicians on that particular list.
No. Because you're a politician, you don't need to be a commissioner. A politician can head parastatal. A politician can head boards. There are things you can give to, because you're a politician, then you become commissioner. No, it doesn't work that way. I think that the Governor Alex Otti is having a shift of paradigm in political existence, and that is what is going to happen. Election, it doesn't warrant you to become commissioner. What we look at people that will work hard for us. And that 19 is okay because we look at we have 17 local governments, and I think that each of them will represent the 17 local government. Then 2 will be extra that will do maybe commissioner for special duties or commissioner for general duties, whatever. But I think it is good. Any politician, if you are a good politician, the other things, governance is like a big cow. The other things that you can be given to, we have different parastatals and different boards. Put them there. So, any politician say, Governor Alex Otti, one minister. No, it doesn't work that way. I love the list. People that understand what academics is all about, people that understand what education is, and that will make our children growing up to look at those professors and look at these people that are professional and say, when I grow up, I would like to be like Professor Gineka Olwa. This is the way I grew up. This is where most of us grew up. Looking up to people, not looking at somebody. Governor Alex Otti, what next you need to do, my humble advice, cut their salary. If you love Abia State, come and work for Abia. Don't come a Vigo Popomoto. And then our Governor Alex Otti, that are super deck. Every year motor, no, that it will stop. In a motor for 4 years. And that is sacrifice. That is what we call people that come into politics. It's a calling. Come and work for Ndabia. Not coming and then give you Prado. Don't give anybody Prado. If you look at the price of Prado and look at salaries you are going to pay, cut everything down. If I love Abia State, I will die for Abia than Abia dying for me. Only by science commissioner, they feel it, Lord, I give you 3-story building. CCB, Code of Conduct Bureau, Chewewa, any of them, they should go and fill out their form. So, Kaimara furniture no lulowa, Kaimara motolewamu, Kaimara farm wamu. Abians, we have wisened up. I najua obonye bayubua. The next thing na ozola 3 vehicle. The next thing na owela 3-story building na nkati beku. Mayaga ozitem. Mayaga isukwa tonka Gineka wade wulo. I na monitor wa. No. It's no longer business usual. Here Alex Otti should do pay salaries. Salaries. Any commissioner that loves Abia State must come and work for Abia. One day civil servants, one day pensioners, or one day Nataho, up advice him. And you get into history of books.
Okay,
and people love you.
Now, when you look at that list, I was expecting that the governor would have attached the portfolios before he sent them to the State Assembly for screening, but that didn't happen. And won't it be cumbersome for the lawmakers to do a thorough screening? You talked about the issue of taking a bow and go. Are we going to see that since there's no portfolio?
I don't think we're going to see that. I think these are fresh minds that have come. Like the Deputy Speaker of Abia State House of Assembly, I know him very well. I know a lot of them that are there. Barrister Chinasa is there, popularly known as Abiola. I know people that are there that are very vibrant. They have come to look at things the way they were not being done before and see things the way that it should be done now. And I also believe that the governor of Abia State must have intimated the House of Assembly members on the various individuals and the likely portfolios, so that House of Assembly members, all of them coming there, they must be giving questions that is aligned to the position that they're expecting. Onye sele agro agriculture, joy a question, and joy a legend will turn around, joy about ramp, mama ramp, joy about so many things, joy ma fadama, everything about agriculture. Mama gaya, ule kotukwa. That all Alex Oti was released, it doesn't matter. Onyo Blase, I give me commissioner for agriculture, everything about agriculture. Professor of physics. Baira him about physics. Oh, Yanajo. Abukwa Abia Meton Abiatia. Sir, may we know who you are? Onya smile. Tell us who your representative is. What's his name? And Onya Maganemo represent Odhala. Only of these nominees, Lamago, Onya has assembly represent our Uno Chofia, because it's an insult. And I think that this time around, we are going to give what we call strict opposition, critical opposition, and to make sure that Alex Oti will do well. We are praying for him to do well, because Onya Abu a typical politician. Abu Onya, when you see Shosa, no, the time of Shosa Gala, Your Excellency, what is it that I'm supposed to do? This is what I have done. Your Excellency, following your approval, this is what I have done so far. Commissioner for Education, Igas or Sala City, go, the same local government, go and see primary schools that are very dilapidated. Go and talk to teachers. Go and talk to students, and then you get a feeler. Governor Alex Oti is not the person that's going to travel to Isugwato or go to Zitem or go to Ibere or go to Isi Alangba or go to Okwa and know the schools that are there. It is the responsibility of the Commissioner for Education to let his government know how many schools that are dilapidated, what they are doing about it, what are the individuals. There are individuals who are going to do PPPI government. That is the only thing that will bring a lot of millionaires from Abia that are ready to partner with this government in terms of education, in terms of agriculture, in terms of social amenities. There are people in diaspora that will partner with this government. Our government is not going to be government that will do everything at the same time. Government will do their part, and then individuals will also contribute to make sure that Abia remains God's own state. It's what we call collective responsibility.
Though you've actually highlighted some of the things Abians should expect, but looking at the composition of these men and women of from Abia State, who will be confirmed if eventually they get the approval of the State Assembly as commissioners, what should be their their major charge upon assumption of office? Yes, you've pointed out some of them should go and visit and the rest of them, but generally, what should Abians expect from them?
What we expect, we want to see active commissioners. Like I said, they should go out there and meet the people, find out the problems of the people, and then bring it back to the governor, and then sit around, and then banter on some of these issues, and then profile solutions to this by talking to the people. All the people are the problems. Governor Alex Oti, it is the duty of the commissioners to go and there. You are officials of men and women. Go out there, bring the problems, and then find where we can solve those issues. I've given an example like education, based on what we have done, traveling the whole 17 local government.
Even health.
Yes, even health. Look at, yes, very good. Look at the clinics that we have. If you come to Zitem, we have clinics like Inomo Basiku, and we only have one clinic that is working, and we have another clinic that are being helped by philanthropists. We need to go to make sure that each of the local governments have community clinics where you can have emergency treatment, primary health care centers. It is very crucial. Commissioner for health to be, you should be able to travel. Don't come, all of them should go to the local government and find out the problems of local government. Not because, and again, when you are giving the nod to become by the House Assembly to become commissioner, or the approval to the governor to allow these people to go and run affairs, Governor Alex Oti, tell your commissioner to be onya be kola ga kpon de village wa kporo mu ma nde ojiono wa be de tiri ada to party or the money they are going to use to hire bosses for people to come and appreciate them. Let them use those opportunities. Go to their villages. Go and find out the problem. I have a government. What they call it? Michael Okpere the Toro Meju. I Gabia Hotel Seju. I said I our son commissioner. No, Emery commissioner to go and work for Abia. Emery commissioner to go and party. Nobody say your village. Because abonye vurumo to bua erentie moto wa bia ju ada ko gbogbogbogbogbogbo odo bande mu ni ki accident unu hin kemere la Abuja asila ema ngene le ema evuru ya people from Imo State wa ga one accident la wa jeje Abuja yeah, maybe some of them aka gata Abuja asila ga ihe onye ji ime eji nye position onye hosego bia. Commissioners, get to work. Abians are tired of this mess. Get to work. Don't go giving us parties. We don't want parties. What we want is responsibility. What we want is result, positive result. So, Alex Otti, we are watching you. We know you're a no-nonsense governor. We know that you have been there. You've done a whole lot. You've gone through what I call hell and high water. Get to work, and that's what we are doing. The people are appointed, we love them. We watch them. Nkele mezigi, chwaya, ewe situatama, ode onye jogo. Because actually as governor give wechi onye ojo ga no chi wa ndi alile ma gba kpokpo wiwo wa chai Alex Otti obezi mad oboboga. You have come to work for Ndabia elelo onye obala anyalihu nworu gala iruba la gi chokwe bi ojo ga abia sege bia ga abia all lige je anu sir.
Okay, well, it's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion, if you're just joining us. And my guest is Honorable Maduka Okoro, Chieftain of the All Progressives Congress and a public affairs analyst. We'll take a breather now. When we come back, we'll look at another issue that I earlier introduced to you. That's the issue of $150 million loan by the AFDB, African Development Bank, given to Abia State to develop infrastructure. We'll look at all that when we come back from this break. Stay with us. And former Commissioner for Finance in Abia State, Chief Obinna Oriakụ. Good morning, Chief. Thank you so much for joining me on the program this morning.
Thank you, and thank you, Abians, for having me.
Okay, the $150 million African Development Bank loan given to Abia State. Many people are wondering, it's a loan. Should it be a source of joy or worry to Abians, considering the fact that this loan must be paid back in addition to a heavy debt profile of the state?
Well, depending on how you look at it, but I know that in governance, in providing solution to the people you are leading, and then in fulfilling your campaign promises, you need funding, and it can't come from heaven. You need funding to execute those projects. You need funding to achieve all those set objectives. Now, African Development Bank have just answered or provided solution to those major issues, or provided solution to the issue of funding to enable you or enable the state achieve its objectives. Yes, some people are concerned about our loans. For us, even forget that the last administration of the federal government maybe ballooned our loans without commensurate things to show, just like in the States when some people also argue that our loan grew, and maybe there are one or two things that are yet to see. But however, there are many reasons that account for the growth in the loan portfolio, which most people may not know. But it may interest you to know that most economies of the world, even the US, even China, even Japan, they are all indebted. People need funding to execute projects. The important question for every Abian should be, how do we make sure that these funds are properly utilized? Not the loan. Now, when people talk about, hey, what Mbakwe did, go to School Road, you see the drainage there is still standing till today. Do you know that 2 years ago, many states, Imo and Abia, were still paying the loans incurred by Mbakwe? But we never felt, nobody talked about it because we could see what those loans were used for. So for me, I expect everybody's focus to be, how do we utilize this loan?
Yes.
Not as it affects because we can't control those ones. Now, for example, people talk about our loan ballooning. Yes, it's true. But there are things you can't control. The exchange rate.
Okay.
If you borrow $30 million at exchange rate of 190 naira per dollar, and today dollar is 670, definitely your loan portfolio will grow. But it's beyond you as a state. It's the entire federal government that devalued the naira, that made your loan took. I'm not saying that the growth in Abia debt ratio is only based on the recalibration of the dollar component of it. No, there were some local loans too that were incurred in course of this. But my argument is that let us not allow the burden of the loan to becloud the importance, the essence, and the beauty of this intervention from World Bank.
Okay, now you talked about the benefits and what Abians stand to gain, by this particular facility. But it is called infrastructural loan facility. How best can it be deployed? Yes, it's for infrastructure. What in specific areas? You've been in government. Where do you think we need this more? To deploy this particular loan.
Now, let me give a background about the loan.
Okay.
The loan can be called a cocktail of loans because we have three different agencies providing this loan. The total sum is 260 million.
Okay.
African Development Bank is providing 115 million. Islamic Bank is providing $125 million. Canada African Development Agency is providing $15 million. Then Abia State Government is supposed to bring $23 million as counterpart fund.
All right.
This $23 million is to take care of the host community issues, local issues, resettlement issues, and any other incidentals that may come up. But these funds are already in our kitty. It's already there. Okay. Now, this loan is coming at a single interest rate of 6%. It has a moratorium period of eight years. It has a tenure of 6 years because it's supposed to run from now to 2029.
So after that, we'll start repaying, is that?
After 8 years, you start repaying. And your repayment period comes to 25 years. So it's unlike the local commercial bank loan we take and we're all in a hurry to pay. They all strangulate us for 4 or 5 years tenor. This is 25 years. And that is why I tell you that some of the loans that were incurred even before the state creation, we are still paying back. I gave instances of some of the legacy projects used for those loans. I thought about the drainage in Umuahia, the popular huge drain that runs between the town. They were done during Mbakwe.
Yeah.
And until years ago, we are still paying back the loan. But the benefits of those engagements are still being felt today. So what should concern Abians? What should concern everybody's? How do we make sure? For me, I know some people are worried because of the stories that were told about how funds were especially loans from donor agencies were misapplied.
Yeah.
That one is different. Like P2B will tell you that he will not, because somebody stole his goods and he lock up his warehouse and start pursuing the person. I'm not giving excuses for those of them who indulged in that if anything like that happened, because I wasn't in government as at that period. But I'm saying we should be focused moving. That somebody misappropriated a particular does not make nonsense of an intervention you have gotten.
Okay.
Honestly, most states will be wishing to be like Abia. Most states will be wishing to be in government today. Because one of the greatest challenges any government faces is funding. Now, this funding, this particular project, is an integrated project. It solves the hydra-headed waste management crisis in our state.
Yeah.
You know that people just carry waste and go and dump somewhere. But the processing of the waste, we have not gotten to that level. Series of presentations on waste to wealth and every other thing hasn't yielded anything. But now World Bank is funding this project, solid waste management. They are focusing on sanitation. They are focusing on flood management. They are focusing on semi and urban roads. They also moved further to look at our environment. They said they are going to look at the markets, the sanitation in the market. Do they have toilets? The ambience, is it hygienic? The same for primary school. So it's a total package that encapsulates and then covers all the strata of governance. It should be embraced and it should be acknowledged.
Okay, you talked about some other state wishing that they are in government, especially in Abia State. But can you tell us if any other state government has actually benefited from this particular facility?
You are coming late, my brother. We defended this particular facility around in 2017.
Wow.
Before with no sense of modesty, Obinori handled the defense before the Senate Committee on Finance and Appropriation and has a National Assembly Committee on that, the joint committees. I handled that. And that was done among 8 states, 8 different states.
Okay.
Kano and Kaduna presented the same day. All of us presented the same day. Today, they are using their joint funds from their development partners to handle the Kaduna to Kano Expressway towards Jigawa. That's about 314-kilometer road by Julius Berger. I was in Jigawa last month. You will have mercy on Southeast when you fly on that route. Now, Enugu presented that the funding was supposed to come from French Development Agency. That one was targeted on water. Today, the governor in Enugu is giving everybody in Enugu that between the first 180 days, that water will flow on in every family. It's because of that loan, the $50 million, which they are using to buy all those pumps and everything. Because in their own case, the development agency is not giving cash; they are providing the materials themselves. So now our own is coming now when others have almost concluded their project. We are coming late to the market. So we need to run fast so that they don't change their mind.
Well, so will you agree with some people's position that this facility may not fit into the program of this government, or do you think otherwise?
I have explained what the facility is meant for. I told you it's for road, urban roads, semi-urban roads, waste management, sanitation, our local markets, and our primary schools. So what else is governance if these things are not part of? Remember, and it's focusing on Aba area and Omar area. Remember, every government that comes tells you if you get Aba right, you've gotten the state right. If you get Omar right, the entire state is covered. So the focus is on providing infrastructure to revamp these locations. I happened to join the campaign team of APC when OC Prestige died. I had first-hand knowledge about the challenges of those of them that lives from Asa Road to Asanentu. When people talk about Port Harcourt Road, they just they think it's that 6.3 kilometer road from Asa to Asanentu. No, the adjoining streets from Udewanya and every other places. My brother, if the current government shuts down allocation for 4 years, average of 8 billion every month for 4 years, is not enough to revamp that location. I know people that live around Asanentu that don't have business with Asa Road. They don't know about Market Square. They don't know about Kilimanjaro. They don't know about their cinema. They have stayed 6 years, 7 years without crossing over here. They are completely cut off. They are completely isolated. What kind of allocation will the present administration get that will enable them jumpstart that location? So you need intervention. I was even clamoring that location should be declared an emergency area. Declare emergency on that Port Harcourt Road area because that place needs a lot of work. Yes, the road leading to Asanentu is okay, but beyond that major road, the adjoining street, you need to know what goes on there. So for me, this is prayer answered for the new administration.
All right.
If I'm, of course, I contested for governorship.
Yes.
I know what I know the kind of thanksgiving I would have been given if I'm in the saddle for having this kind of intervention coming at my stage. And really, I also don't want to believe that anybody is not interested in it. Okay. I know Dr. Alex very well. He understands the importance of funding. He's vast with financial issues. He has links with the ADB and all these providers. So what is just going on is also reconfirm all these things and then get some of the projects, if actually there are some that needs to be relocated or recalibrated, get them done and then get running. Part of the problem we had in Newmap was that for 2 years we were just wasting time. The money was lying fallow there and until the program ended. And today we are not able to do some of the erosion sites in the north. So this, most times when they give you time frame, you must work within that time frame. Now they said that this is 6 years tenure. I expect us to hit the ground running by getting these things. Enough of all these front and back among the teams. Nobody is in competition with anybody. This is Abia. The money is for Abia. The development is for Abia.
All right, let me sincerely thank you, financial expert and former finance commissioner in Abia State, Chief Obinna Oriakụ. Thank you so much for your input on the program this morning. We really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, that's the situation here. We'll take a breather now to pay some bills. When we come back, we'll open the phone lines. My guest in the studio is still here. I'm talking about Honorable Maduka Okoro. You get to hear him some more before we leave the studio. But right now, let's pay some bills. We'll be back. Stay with us. All right, it's time for us to actually open the phone line so you can be part of our discussion this morning. You know, we talked about the issue of commissioners list, which is already before the lawmakers here in Abia State, and also the $115 million loan from the African Development Bank given to Abia State. It's time for you to make your contributions on the program. The numbers to call are 080-8182-6949 or 0811605-2949. And also send your SMS at 090-651-08289. This is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Geneka.
Good morning. Welcome. Kindly speak up a bit.
Thank you. I'm okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Maduka Okoro.
Good morning, my brother.
You have said it all. I think what is required of this information and if they will be confirmed, is just to give us a competent work, selfless work, to ensure that the plan of the governor is being actualized. Finally, on the zone, it requires prudence. That is what we need.
Okay.
Best management of this form in order to get the
Thank you.
evidence of democracy and the out of this form. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling us there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
Thank you. Gonna Eric Umajata Olokoro.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, very briefly. The issue of a commissioner nominee. We will do a little departure from the norm. People should know that expectations are high, and we need people who are experts, who understand the job, who also understand the urgency of the job, and who knows that performance is key. And then the governor must make sure that these persons are people that are tried in their various fields of endeavor, that these people who are competent, experts in their various fields, like the guest has identified there. We don't want a sportsman to come and head finance, or a finance person to go and become a doctor, minister of health and all that. So experts who knows the need and who will do especially what we need so that we can move from point A to B in the shortest possible time. That is that. But my core interest now will be in the issue of these loans. Please, it is a good thing. A loan of 6% interest. But by the way, let me just give a little breakdown on this.
Quickly, so that other people can contribute. Hello? Okay, maybe you call us back. Hello? Good morning.
Good morning, Geneka.
Good morning, welcome.
My name is Enoch Ukuru, native of Okumu Susulu. I concur with Maduka Okoro in the commission that commissioner nominees should be given portfolios according to their
field of study or went to that effect, they should do the tasks involved in their respective sectors. I remember some decades back, sanitary inspectors used to visit villages to inspect the environment, including toilets, even people's mothers and also we are infected. If they are dirty, they will be split in two. Then if in Oria to your phone, I would have asked him a question about the 27 billion naira borrowed from World Bank by the past administration to construct Port Road and the construction of the drainage to channel the water to waterside. I wanted to ask you a question on that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for calling us there. Let's take another call now. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Moon.
Happy New Moon.
Yes.
Welcome.
My name is Excellent. I believe that you are intelligent man sitting there. I love hearing his voice. He's a nice analyzer. Keep it up, Madoka. Yeah, what you said, I love you. There's nothing bad in taking loan. And meanwhile, this is very man that is private now. Is a financial group. He's a financial expert. Yes, what the people have said it all. You have to start from commissioner. Okay, now 19. Before we have documentation. You see a commissioner calling from his village. This is what we need now. What is you see a commissioner calling from for the Christmas program. This is an RDA program. This is a local program. Praising governor. That's not what we need. We need expert, professional. You see, and this man has said it all. So that is to say an APC man now saying the truth. I have seen. So that is what we need. That is we are rejoicing now. Keep it up, my brother.
Thank you so much. Now to our SMS line. This one is coming from Chikan Narom in Umukabi, Abia State. He said, Africa Development Bank to give Abia State loan for infrastructural facilities is a welcome development. We believe the loan will be used for projects it's meant for. Thank you so much, Chika. Okay. This one said, good morning. What is the amount of that money in Nigerian currency? Let the money be utilized very well for the betterment of Ndiabia. We may just have to cost it. I don't really have it here. Okay. Now, this one said, Kelechi Oba from Ikwana, he said, for me, Governor Alex Oti should avoid sycophants and political sing praises and should utilize the loan judiciously for the good of Abians. And lastly, the recent nomination of the commissioner nominees is a welcome development. Thank you so much, Kelechi Oba. Chinedumo Okafor said the incoming commissioner should be ready to serve Abians with a very high level of competence and prudence to ensure the governor deliver his campaign promises to Abians. Every ministry should be made productive. On the FDB loan to Abia, it should be judiciously used to create more conducive environment for private economic investment. Thank you so much. Well, Honorable, we're about to leave the studio. This loan you're talking about, I'm sure you're aware of it. Is it a good one for Abians or otherwise?
Well, it's a good one based on the fact that somebody who understands about finances is on board. It wasn't a good one. It wouldn't have been a good one if we had the last governor that we had. We're talking about money here. Ima here money. Come have isu beke. Inye mere okpo. Bela. One me ijinde yadu olivrulo walile. But obu okpogu. Oya why government in a jada. Onye baila power. Ye file lobo okpo ya. Security vote. Ye ti lekpa ya. Nkoma ye ti lekpa ya. Ye file ma. Obu ya money is the people's money. This governor I know should not in any instance touch okpo. Abu yang kende bumero. And that is why today, why don't you buy mamre la trazawa? Ni la okay, Governor Alex Oti say, when I give proboya, yobla, ndevuru alai, nasamo, ndobla vuru boy, African kopo, wavuria, or any human being uniking hila 20 vehicles, or any human being uniking hila 20 houses. The day all of us and half for Yakwami Bosuabo. Yes, Yabo, Opo, Machine Kedeberenkate, why for the betterment of the people. And I want to tell our governor one thing. Primary health care. Jindea, especially in Kianola Adelabu, Governor Alex Oti, Commissioner for health regime, Mogorekagi, Lebanyala primary health care, T qualified person, Abuquanke, Abu medical doctor, get here a permanent secretary, Minister of Health, Bofua, Onyebu permanent secretary, La Gogo health, 82 health, Oyana go permanent secretary, Lama anything about education, 82 Minister of Education, Obiabu, why we have lackadaisical governance. ọbịa bụ ụdị akpara ụka wa na-ege gị ntị iti onye gụrụ akwụkwọ nke ọ gụrụ gaghị ọrụ arụzie nke ọjọọ final advice m ga-enye gọvanọ anyị ịla ndị bakasị gaa mụrụ nwa wabịa rụọ ọrụ a na-arụ ịla ndị nke unu kpe home ngịnị ndị agha na-akpe home security gbukasị ya home security gboro bakasị rụọ ọrụ gboro bakasị rụọ bakasị wa na-arụ ọrụ rụzie anya isi geeti ọhụụ ga-aga kpọrọ ndị union ndị tax a enwewa mewe indoctrinate into the system emewe rijig mewe reorientate ka wa dechi ole mela gị emetụkwa eme ha ihe agwụla ihe abụọ ị ga-eme enyela praịmarị ekia nke onye radela bụ wee gbuola nke ọ ga-aga bakasị kpọrọ bakasị a ga-akpọrọ atịghị onye isi wa nọhụ nkọ kpọrọ wa gworo wa rụọ ọrụ gaghị there will be safety in Abia every local government they should be there then gbọpụsara wa moto nye wa ihe a bụ ihe ọ bụ gaa sekuriti onye mee kpakam osi ndị a na-ezukwa osi kpakam again ma igboro old bakasị hafụ ihe nke ebe abịara ugbu a ndị a na-akwụ ụgwọ homeland security ụmụrụ ma na ọ dị adị eyi blue and blue data ahụ wabịawara ata granọt all afternoon gbaa tii ike ọbụla lee ya na-akwụgwụ ga-akpa ihe onye ọla na-akwụ onye ọbụla anụ pee as an atwendu gọvanọ gaahị ọchịchị ga-adị mma aha nke Jizọs kere eluigwe n'ụwa.
All right, thank you, Honorable Madiko Kuru, chieftain of the All Progressives Congress APC here in obviously. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And to all of you who called in and who sent in your SMS, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Sincere thanks to Stanko and Charles, the guys behind the camera. My producer, Samson Eze, I appreciate you. My name is Ginika Olua. Let's make Abia great. And let's do our own contribution to better the country's lot. I'll see you again. My name is Ginika Olua once again. Good morning.